How's it going, boys and girls? My name is Andy, and I'm here at the Valley Nature Center, and I wanted to cover a topic with you guys called the plant cycle. Now, if you've ever stopped and reflect on it, what major role do plants have on this earth? If you guessed produced oxygen, you're absolutely right, but they also play several roles. When you think about it, plants cover the surface of the earth about 30% of, so they play a huge role with us. So moving forward, we're going to be talking about today is the plant cycle. The very first step in the plant cycle, we have what's called, we have a seed. Now, using prior experiences, have you ever eaten a fruit and you're eating and you're enjoying it, and all of a sudden, like, you just feel something in your mouth? Sometimes it might be a seed, whether it's a valley lemon, an orange, or a watermelon. Those seeds play a vital role. Think about animals. Animals, they look around the surface of the earth looking for fruits, looking for food. And sometimes they eat these fruits. When they digest these fruits, they're also digesting seeds. Okay, so let's imagine a wolf that just went along this way and found something, some berries to eat. Now it's digesting these seeds, and it releases it onto the surface of the earth. That seed is now exposed. That seed is now exposed to the soil. Okay, so I'm going to write the word soil right here so that you know that this is the soil and this is your seed. Seeds have a very important coat to it. This coat, if you will, protects everything that's inside of the seed. The seed has everything it needs to survive inside within it. Inside of this seed there's what's called an embryo. So now, remember, since this seed is exposed to soil, what is found in the soil? What is found in soil? Why do you think I'm using the color blue? What's found in the soil? You're absolutely right. Water, moisture. This is found in the soil. So since the seed is now exposed to moisture in the soil, guess what happens to this coat? This coat starts to break up or disperse. Once it breaks up, or this seed gets soft enough, it's going to produce a root. This root has now gained strength and is going to do its best to grow. In order to grow, it needs more and more and more water. So now that there's more water, we have what's called the next step of the plant cycle. It's going to be called germination. Germination. This is exactly what's happening. The seed is now growing and obtaining all the moisture through its root. And the root plays a vital role, and we'll go more in depth with the root as we move forward. Now, next, after you have what's called after we have germination, this plant, can anybody have a hypothesis? What's going to happen to this plant over time, or the seed, I should say? Over time, it's going to grow and develop to become what's called a seedling. And now we're going to have a small plant. It overcame adversity. Now remember, it had to go through the soil. Now that you have the seedlings, we're also observing something else. What do you think is also growing as a seedling? What else is growing? As you can see, we have what's called leaves. Leaves play a huge role in the development of a plant. So, what did we start off with? We started off with the seed, germination, which we had the coat of the seed break off, and then you saw the embryo grow its roots, progressively becoming a seedling, a baby plant. After the seed, you have germination. From germination, you have seedlings, and from seedlings, you're going to have an adult plant. Boys and girls, what would an adult plant look like? What would an adult plant look like? Well, we do have some visual aids. An adult plants look differently depending on the species of the plant. And in this case, this is what an adult plant may or may not look like. But just wanted to give you guys some visual aids to kind of wrap it all together. So now, if I had to draw, let me just continue on with it. you have your adult plant. So, like anything else, what does the word cycle mean to you? Cycle is a continuous progression thing that is progression that is happening, whether it's the water cycle, nitrogen cycle, plant cycle. There's a beginning and then there's an ending and then it starts all over again. It's continuous, like anything else. So after the adult plant happens, what do you think grows next? What do you think flowers produce next? They produce fruits. In those fruits, like we mentioned before, what do you find inside of a fruit? You find seeds, and then the cycle continues on and over and over. So this is a small introduction, a small little clip of what a plant cycle is. What key vocabulary words did we cover today? We covered seeds, germination, seedlings, adult plant. You're absolutely right. I forgot a couple of more. We mentioned soil. We mentioned the word coat. We mentioned fruits. And at the beginning of the lesson, we talked about why are plants important. Plants play a vital role for us because they produce oxygen. And later on, we will discuss a little bit more in depth. Thank you for tuning in. And again, we appreciate you.